Hello. Ooh. I don't know what that was.
I think it's because you got two profiles on.
That's a reverb.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're better now.
I'm so sorry. Let me try something else.
I mean, you're good right now, Tim.
Okay. I'll hide my phone. That should work. I am so sorry for deafening everyone. Hello.
It's not a Star Trek podcast.
Wouldn't be a Tim stream otherwise.
Everything else was
Technical
working.
difficulties.
It was all working. I had it all set. I was so proud of myself because I was like, look, I'm ahead of the curve tonight.
And then audio said, lol,
no,
nope.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Star Trek Lost Voyages. Tonight's the USS Haida crew. I am the GM, Tim, and we're just going to kick right into it. So we have our illustrious Haida crew, and we are over the planet that you last left, where you had discovered that one of the you had been. Oh my God, that really threw me off. So you're you were part of a blockade around the planet. You had tracked down a ship that tried to get away. The ship was being piloted or commanded by a Vulcan captain, which was super unusual because they broke the blockade. They were mated with a female human who was pregnant and had established that they are leaving because this is no way to raise or have birth to a kid. And then the ship exploded. When you went back to the planet you were blockading, you discovered that there was no evidence of this Vulcan crew there. And you started to find out that the ship had been doing like runs into the atmosphere, doing terraforming collection, which was part of what was retrofit for, but it never was documented, so it never left the system because it started after. Sorry, before the it started after they started the runs after the quarantine had gone in. To make matters worse, you're surrounding a planet that has a very small outpost on it that was built for 60 people and now has 1,400 refugees. You've all but stripped your ship to give it everything you could. So your ship has like the bare minimum. You don't have any like industrial replicators. You have no extra battery packs. You have no extra, like, all your cargo transporters. Everything's been kind of like beamed down to the planet and trying to like keep everyone alive. And then to make matters worse, your captain decided it would be a good idea to beam down to the planet himself and try and talk to the administrator so he could get a good read on him. And then the last message you got from the captain's suit was saying that there was a breach. And that's where we ended. You've lost contact with Luther and Captain Xani. So we're going to cut scene directly to the four of you. Beagle will hold the bridge for you because you are the four command staff on duty. I know, Sarah, you're not technically like chief. You are. You're a chief. So you would be. Chief. Yeah. So you would be considered. You'd be considered bridge crew, definitely in this case. And Gurkhan, you are the CO. So you guys are in your briefing room, in the observation lounge.
Options, people. We need to keep an eye on the captain and find a way to get him back up. Transporters are not functional, so what can we do?
I guess we could fly a shuttle in there.
Do a direct insertion?
I mean, we could try.
I mean, we don't know what sort of injuries the captain has. So, Dr. Doug, we're going to need you with us on this one and suited up. He could be, as far as we know, seriously injured.
So is his suit not returning like life signs back?
No. We're getting no signal at all from the suit.
Correct. From either suit.
Yeah, neither suit is returning any signal. So whatever happened to it was either catastrophic to them or catastrophic to the suit. Either way, they're exposed.
Or it's being blocked. To be fair, it could just be like transmission block.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, no signal's better than bad signal, I guess.
I agree. Lieutenant Sofek, do you have any way of cutting through any sort of interference we have to get a physical view on the Captain? Any sort of life sign scanner or anything can make it through this atmosphere?
Interesting. Sofek, if you want, you can make a quick computers check and try and gather up some momentum.
Yeah.
And see what you can learn.
All right. What do you want me to use? Reason science?
Reason science sounds wonderful.
Can
Someone can
I
let the
make-
ship assist.
Can I make an assist roll? Because what I'm going to say is, remember that Luther does have a cybernetic leg that I built, and the schematics are in our system. Scan
Wait,
for
so
that,
you
maybe.
want to scan for the specific leg?
It's a Gurkhan special.
That's awesome.
Is it made of some like rare metal that you're just going to scan for?
Yeah, supported with him.
Sure, like, why not? That's fantastic. Okay. All right. So you have four momentum. How would you like to use them before you put stuff in the pool? Yeah, it's Sofek. Sofek made the check. You assisted. Yeah.
What's our determinations tonight?
Yes, thank you. So, directive number 1, save the captain. Directive number 2 is reassert the blockade. Okay.
Sofek,
So,
question?
Sofek,
Yeah, is there... So what we're... Yeah, is the captain in or around the area?
so you're having trouble scanning for, say, a Beta Z. There are 1,400 people packed into a very tight space. Separating everything out is difficult. You are, however, getting Gurkhan's freaky metal leg isotopes. Gurkhan just tags everything.
I was also going to ask if there was any reads from their comm badges.
No. So you're having problems reading them at all. And in fact, they look like they're kind of like underground would be your best bet. Like they're in a space that is not on the schematics of the outpost.
Commander, it appears that the captain and Mr. Luther have been taken away from the outpost underground.
Do we have
Possibly a hidden
detailed,
facility?
do we have detailed scans of the planet? Are there any natural cave systems in the area?
There are underneath the outpost
Okay.
itself.
Computer, overlay natural caves over the overlay schematic.
Okay.
And have this screen overlay and be like,
Yeah.
and then see if there's any corridor that intersect, and maybe we'll be able to, like, that might be an entry point, that might be an entry point.
Yeah, there's a few of those. To get more, you'd have to get the environmental shields down, and you can't beam through them. Sofek, that was your free question you get from your little reason science magic. You still have 4 momentum. Do you want to do anything else? Or ask any more, or gather more information?
So I can tell that they're there. Can I tell anything off of their vital signs? Is it
No.
just low? No. All right.
You're not even picking up Sam's vital sign. Sorry, Xani's vital sign. There's just too much noise. So it's like they'd be on the top, like the 1,400 are on the top layer, and then they're somewhere on the bottom. They're underneath the base. And you're only
Is it-
detecting that because of the really clever metal search. That was really clever.
Is there? I'm asking this to the crew rather than you, Tim.
Okay.
What would be the result of us taking down their shield? Dr. Doug, Mr. Sofek, any ideas of what would happen to the people in that station if we took down the shield? Because while the captain and his recovery is important, we do not want to kill innocent civilians in the act.
Yeah, so we had established last time that the planet's surface is not like deadly immediately, but it is toxic, and taking down the shields would remove any long-term effects. Like, it would take more to put it back up than it would to take it down. It'd be easy to break it. If you broke it, you'd want to break it so that it can, like, the backup systems could boot back up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And resources are already stretched as they are, so if we add any kind of medical issues with lowering the environmental shield, that could really very much tip it to riots and chaos.
Yeah.
And the environmental shields are only around the base, not in the area around the base. So you could transport to the surface further away.
You could, yeah. But then you still couldn't get through the shields.
Yes, but could we transport directly into the mine system, the cave system, and then make our way to the area from underneath?
Oh. Yeah, but then you'd have to go back out the way you came to get beamed back up.
Yes, but this would also allow us a measure of subterfuge. We wouldn't have to fight through 1,400 people to get to the captain.
True.
What about pattern enhancers if we beam down with some?
That could be a way of getting through the shields. I believe that we could also, theoretically, once we do have the captain, because the captain, if our scans are correct, Mr. Sofek, he is underground. We do not have to bring him up through the station. We just have to get him out. And if he's underground, he might be underneath the shields, as it were. So we have to do this quickly, as he might be succumbing to the atmosphere.
If the cave system is exposed to the regular atmosphere.
That is very true. Could we... I think a direct fast insertion with a shuttle might help as well. Let's debate this.
Okay, hold on. So, Sofek, I'm gonna put the momentum into the pool that you've gathered that you haven't used. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got 3 momentum in the pool, and just before you start debating like what you can do with a shuttle, I'm gonna just toss it out there because I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but Sarah, you can make like insight and con rolls, or even like reason and con rolls to try and determine how you would go about making a direct shuttle kind of like. So you can, just because we've always done certain things with our skills, I'm just kind of like wanted to remind everyone that you can like come up with these like, oh, here's an idea, and if you're stuck, you can make a roll and I can help you out.
Sure thing.
Okay.
How big is the tunnel system? Is it like human sized, or what if we blow a hole in it and fly a shuttle?
Not that big, no. It ranges from like half a meter to about 2 meters, depending on where you're going.
It ranges to the cave system that always showed up in every single episode that had the caves.
Exactly.
What if we had one of those like really small shuttles that they had like the first season of Next Generation?
The Volkswagen shuttle?
Do we still have any of those fighter planes left?
No, you don't have any of the fighter ones, but you do have like those Voyager-sized tiny shuttles. You know the small Voyager shuttles that they had in the first couple seasons?
Let's take the worker bees.
I mean, yeah.
While they're like debating this stuff, Sarah doesn't really have any like anything to add, so she's just doing calculations on her pad to try to figure out how to do this like precision landing.
Okay. Yeah, we know Reaper. Sorry, someone in the chat is like, that's not a Russian accent.
Oh. Oh, hey, TJ. Yeah, this is my other character.
That's awesome. Okay.
Who knows where Yasuko is?
I do.
She's busy.
She's joined the Klingon Empire.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
Grand
dun.
General Yesikov.
She's an Orion pirate now.
Yeah, she's the leader of the Emerald Chain.
Can
She's
I
got
get
an eye patch.
Can I get that's amazing. The opposite side of Gopal or Gurkhans?
Yeah.
Okay, can I get please a what do you want? Do you want daring or do you want insight? What do you want? Reason?
Insight or daring is fine.
Let's go insight. Insight and con.
Not reason. Okay. Right. Let's give it a roll here. All right, I got 2 successes.
Okay, so Sarah, you're kind of like listening to them, kind of like try to debate away and figure stuff out, and you're kind of like doing the math. You could do like a hard, almost like a hard drop. Think like. So you got 2 options. To get the most unseen, you would fly low and do a low atmospheric drop of people from the shuttle down to the planet. You'd have to fly down to beam them back up again, but that's the kind of like the most subterfuge way in, because they're small enough that they wouldn't be detected going down. That one is not as risky as taking the shuttle and doing like kind of like a hard drop with the shuttle in.
Okay.
The problem with that is if you have your calculations off, you could burn up.
Oh, with the
shuttle.
With the shuttle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they would see you, or they would see you, right? Because you're a bigger mass, so it's yeah.
For sure. Okay, big guy, crunch some numbers. We got some options here. We can do a drop down onto the asteroid. I used to do these things back at Starfleet Academy. Or we could take the shuttle.
Which class was that?
It's drop trooping.
Drop trooping is a class. That's that's amazing.
You're not a I'm a specialty pilot.
Missed that one.
Yeah. You got your doctor stuff, Doug. I don't know how to patch people up. I do know how to jump out of a moving vehicle pretty well, though.
I did that.
Or we could take the shuttle down, but they're gonna see us. So if you're gonna try to get it in all sneaky, I recommend going in feet first.
All right.
So it's either land a down there, or do like a halo jump, basically.
Either a high speed insertion with the shuttle or a low nape of the earth insertion with the shuttle is what I've gathered, right? Like you're gonna fly low along the mountaintops, like 3 feet above the ground, and transport us in before they can see your shuttle and then take off, or just burn in hard fast. Khan's really excited for the hard and fast, but he knows that it's the crew's safety first, and we don't know who has the captain. We're going in blind. Sarah, get ready to fly nape of the earth. We're going in quiet.
You got it, bud.
Dr. Doug, suit up. Sofek, we're going to need you on this one, which means Beagle, report to the ready room.
Okay. Oh my god.
No.
Okay.
No.
Beagle walks in and just looks around the table, and everyone just looks like grim. And he
Hey, buddy.
he just instantly like, it's happening.
There's 2 requests for when you are in charge, Mr. Beagle. Keep Gallic on the bridge so he can inform you of everything that's going on in engineering.
Okay.
Keep Richard right next to you so he can inform you that's going on with everything on the ground.
Okay.
All right. You will not have any of us. Don't destroy the ship. We are counting on you to keep an eye on us as well. Keep scanners on us.
To give you guys all an image of what this looks like right now, this is full on. You've all seen Lower Decks, right? When Tindy gets to like touch the chair the second time, this is very much that moment right now. Like he's just like, okay.
And then Gerhard's like, everybody know what they're doing?
No. Yes.
You got it, boss.
All right, dismissed.
There's got to be one person on the ship that we can, promote to be
Lieutenant-
slightly higher than Eagle to do this for us?
So for the
They
record,
keep getting shot.
for the record, Tim
I
tried
mean-
to get a guest star to come in and play Delta Shift Commander, and I couldn't find anyone. I didn't have enough time.
The only other person I would put is Lieutenant Herb, but I'm forcing him to stay in the modular labs to find a cure.
Fair enough. Okay, we're gonna go to our intro. One day I'm just gonna record all the like behind the scenes recording just so I can like get some of the just randomness that's it. Okay, so Sarah, let's get that roll right off the top of the head. So we're gonna scene swipes back in, and holy crap! All right, so 3. It was a difficulty 3. So the shuttle is just like swoops right down. The mountains are coming up like real quick.
Hold on, boys.
Yeah, you all kind of feel that like lurch of like as the inertial dampeners are like trying to keep up with what Sarah's doing to the con station. And hold on to your sphincter, Jim. Jesus. That's amazing.
I think Doug would put his hands up like he's on a roller coaster.
Just whee! That's awesome. All right. So you swoop in. Now you're doing a fast. Now I just want to clarify. You're doing a fast teleport, and then you're gonna kind of like. Are you going back up, or are you gonna try and like duck and hide and wait for retrieval signal?
I would probably duck and hide and wait for a retrieval signal.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to make we're going to make the transportation check. I'm going to let the ship assist because I'm guessing Gurkhan would have helped program this beam out, and a fast beam out is really risky. So there is some challenges involved. I'm going to make it a 3 difficulty, and I'm telling you so that you can decide if you want to spend the 3 momentum that you've got or not.
So I guess I'm going to be the one doing the major roll for it.
No, it's gotta be Sarah, because she's kind of like running everything.
Oh.
That's why. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
'Cause you guys are standing at the pad, right? And it's one of those small shuttles, so you're using an emergency
Yeah.
shuttle out. So yeah.
So we don't have a stat line for a shuttle.
No, just use your
I'll
ship.
just roll a d6. Oh, I'll use our ship. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. What am I rolling? Sorry.
That's okay.
I thought Sofek would be doing this.
No, it's
Don't
okay.
worry, our lives only depend on this. No pressure.
So it's
It's fine.
gonna be daring and engineering.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, I'm pretty good at those. But I absolutely don't want to fuck this up, so I'm going to use one of my determination, and I'm going to use cool as a cucumber.
Ooh, nice. Okay. And are you leaving the momentum in the pool?
So that's 2 successes, and then I can roll 2 dice. So I'm going to leave the momentum in the pool for later.
Okay.
Big money. So that's 3 successes.
Okay.
The ship supporting with computers and engineering?
Ship is supporting with... yes, I would allow that.
Okay.
You're being told to become one with the hive mind. You've been there, done that.
Success.
We don't need to do more work.
Ship rolled a success.
Yes. Okay. Good. So you all beam in rather nicely. Although you do kind of feel like for a brief moment, it feels like you were kind of like in that rock face right next to you as you beam in. Sofek, you acknowledge, you know that for a moment you actually were in that rock face as you beam in. But Sarah did a good job. So we beam in, and you are in that classic underground cavern. What's next?
So I pull up the tricorder.
Yep.
And I do the overlay of the cave system and where the last location where Luther's leg was when we left our ship.
Yep. Nice.
And I'm like, all right, we turn right up here. Follow me.
Yep. So you got a couple of kilometers. It's yeah.
And we're in our EV suit, so instead of putting on we have flashlights and stuff on them, right?
Yeah. We got the ones with the flashlights on the sides, right?
Yeah.
Not on the arms. That always makes no sense to me.
And I'm like, yeah. So we'll have those ones on.
Okay. All right. There's minimal atmosphere. It is infected, so it's probably good that you kept the suits. And you start trucking along. Can I get, please, a fitness and con from all of fitness and con from the three of you. Sarah, can I please get a daring and con? No, sorry, guys. I need a fitness and security. You're doing exercise. And Sarah, I need a I think it'd be control and security because you're trying to stealth the ship. Or a daring.
Security?
Or a daring. Yeah, because, well, I mean, tell me, con, you think it's con?
Yeah, I mean, I'm flying the ship, right?
All right. Give me a control and con then.
Selfec might have a twisted ankle.
2.
Selfec's more adapt to lab work, not leg work.
Dr.
Weak little Vulcan ankles.
Dr. Doug, you got one extra. I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. If you want, you can use your extra success to make sure Sofek succeeds.
Yes.
However, Sofek, I am going to leave that challenge with you because that is a 20. So you do have a 19-20 difficulty range now. So make sure you mark your complication range at 2.
Yep.
And that is just for fitness checks. In this case, because you're a Vulcan, you can brain maintain through those pain sessions. Look at that rhyming I just did. That's awesome. All right, and Sarah, you managed to land the shuttle, although just the way you want. Can you tell me what it looks like?
So it was just I did the low swoop to transport them, and then I find a little cave where I can swoop down and back the shuttle in. And I just kick I just kick my feet up on the dash and wait for them to buzz me.
That's awesome. You're so
Sarah finds a snowy mountainside, so she's got a good view.
Yeah.
Looking out of the cave. Is that some sort of weird giant polar bear monster? Whatever.
God, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Computer.
I love my job.
Yeah, and then as you say that, it snaps back to the guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so the three of you end up going from natural caves very quickly in Star Trek terms. You start to discover that it's a lot of support beams. Things look made up, and before you go too far, you do manage to detect some security systems.
Mr. Sofek, what am I seeing here?
It appears that these caves are not fully natural, or they have been modified for occupied use.
Do you think these could be, in the old human term, smugglers' caves?
Excuse me.
It is possible, or there was other research going on down here that is not above board.
Can I get you to scan these, Mr. Sofek, and confirm that these are Federation bulkheads?
Yeah. Go for it, Sofek. Just a standard. It'd be a standard insight and engineering.
One success.
Yep, they are older, but they are. You'd think maybe 20 years old, give or take.
What's going on this planet? So by security, I'm assuming it's not automated turrets. It's something like scanners or sensors.
Yeah, basic scanners. You don't see any automated turrets, but it is one of those things where if you cross that line right over there, you're going to be like, you're going to set off the alarms. I would like to point out, while the security systems and the bulkheads seem to be over 20 years old, this base has only been here for about 5.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Sofak, we need to brainstorm a way to overcome the security. Do you think you could find a way to nullify them in some way with your tricorder? Send out a scrambler beam?
Dr. Doug might be able to do it with his medical tricorder.
What are they looking for, like heartbeats or like thing?
Yeah, it seems to be very rudimentary sort of like sensor net. Like it's literally like detect something bigger than, say, if a natural creature came through, they wouldn't stress it. But if a humanoid walked through, it would set off the alarms.
Just get down on all fours and crawl through then, huh?
Quick, Commander, reduce your mass.
Testing jumping jacks.
Yeah, maybe I could shoot out something that would mess with our mask and their sensors or something like that.
Okay. Give me a... I want to say give me a daring in science. If you could, but I mean, you know, other equipment is your tricorder. If you can give me a reason why it would be something else, I'm open to that.
Yeah, I can't think of anything. Yeah, that seems to be like the best. I don't know why. Maybe insight, just because I'm trying to figure out how much I have to actually lower our mass for us to get through.
Yeah, okay. And you have xenobiology, right?
No, I got rid of that.
Oh, okay. Remind Tim to upgrade all of the the stream intermission video that I built. Okay, give me that roll there. Nice. Okay. So you have an idea. You're pretty certain you can make like at least detect it. You figure the longer you guys are there, the more likely this isn't going to work, because they're going to notice that this thing keeps moving in a specific pattern, not like a creature, right? Yeah. So you are running lower on time, is essentially what's happening.
All right. We know the direction to get to now, to get to the captain.
Mm-hmm.
Are you two ready to sprint?
Yes.
Mr. Sofak, can I count on you to keep up?
As long as the terrain remains even.
Well, gentlemen, here we go. And I start sprinting.
Okay. Give me a fitness and security, please, gents.
I'm going to use a momentum.
Got me 1 success.
I'm also going to use momentum.
Sofek just starts overtaking your con on your left.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh, Dr. Doug.
Dr. Doug looks to his left and runs into a wall.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 momentum were used, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Dr. Doug. You have... set your complication up. Sofek, you got your 2. Nice. Gurkhan, you're having a hard time there.
I'm old.
What? I'm old. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay. So as the group of you kind of like get to where you need to be, you're kind of like following the map, and Dr. Doug, just at that kind of like that last corner, you hit a ledge and kind of like slide off a bit. Gurkhan grabs you and pulls you back up, but you kind of like twist something funny. It doesn't put you out of commission, but it is going to increase your difficulty. And I'm going to get you actually to you and Gurkhan. I want you to both take 2 stress, please.
Is it non-lethal?
It is.
I am resistance 2 against all non-lethal attacks.
This isn't an attack. It's like
Yeah, okay.
your
This is as much mental as it is physical stress.
Yeah. Okay. And then you hit the kind of like you get to the command station and you can see the guard doors. And as you kind of like get pulled back up and come around the last corner, they take a couple shots at you. And we are in initiative. So you have you are being fired upon right now.
God, our early warning commander isn't here to let us know that we're being shot at.
Or to take the shots.
Yeah.
Truth.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Truth. Okay, so we are doing and it's con and security, right?
For
Shooting at you.
control and security for shooting, fitness or daring and security for melee.
Great. I'm shooting at you. So first
Okay.
shot,
That's
2
a hit
hits.
on
That's a
whoever you
hit. That's going to be on Gurkhan.
Yep.
Well, it's only 3.
And are they on kill or are they on stun?
They are on kill.
Kill, so I take all 3.
Yep. And I am burning a threat to do so, because I should have said that first.
Mhm.
Okay.
How many security guards are there?
There are 2.
Okay. How far away?
Within like medium range, short range.
So like 20 feet?
Yep.
All right, I'm charging one.
4 meters, 5 meters. You like
Yeah.
run charge?
I'm gonna straight up tackle the one into the door.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a
Hang
Klingon.
on.
So that's your maneuver, right?
Yeah, my maneuver, and then I'm gonna attack him in melee.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a head-to-head roll.
Yeah.
I'm
So
going
fitness,
to
right?
use the value today is a good day.
Nice.
I'm going to see if my veteran of many combats helps me out here.
Yes.
I am a veteran, so I do not spend that momentum, that determination on that one.
It's 5 or 6,
So-
right?
Yeah.
Nice.
As long as I get the whatever the Starfleet symbol is on the
Right, yeah,
dice normally.
yeah.
So I got 2 successes. I'm gonna use a momentum, and
Okay.
I'm using daring and security. This gives me a total of 1 more success.
So 3 altogether.
3 successes, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to use a threat,
Mhm.
and giving me 2 successes, and actually I can't do that. I'm going to use 1, 2, 3 threat. Give me 4 dice.
Yep.
That's what I can do.
That was-
So I'm down to 8. Okay. And here comes my roll. Oh wow.
2, 3,
5.
5.
5. Okay.
Right, so he sidesteps me,
Throw
tackles
it.
me into the wall.
Throw it back at you. Another 3 non-lethal. So this will you ignore 2.
I take 1.
Take 1. He is going to activate that and knock you on your butt, though.
Yeah, I'm down. Basically, he just sidesteps and tripped me.
Yep.
But I got one of them facing me now, so.
Yeah, and actually, he's the one that is he the one that shot, or he the one that didn't shoot?
I don't know. I charged whichever one was looking at me.
Okay, let's say that was the one that didn't shoot, because now both of my guys would be done then, because that takes my. Does that take my turn, or is it just a reversal?
Nope.
Okay,
Just a
sweet. He's gonna go then. So here we go again. Regular roll this time.
He's firing at me, or
He's punching you. The one that is.
I'm gonna use another momentum to continue this fight on the ground because I know how to grapple.
Okay.
I win that one.
Yes, you do.
All right. I punched.
Ooh, you're gonna knock him down now. So you're
4
both on the
damage.
ground together.
Yeah.
All right. So you're just kind of like beating the crap out of each other on the ground,
Yes.
doing the like unnecessary rolls. That's amazing.
Yeah.
He really does have Captain Kirk fighting mechanics.
It was one of those ones where I charged him and he full on hip checked me into the door.
Yeah, nice.
And
I love it.
Bounced off of it and dragged him down with me.
That's fantastic. Okay. Sofek or Dr. Doug, who's next?
I'll shoot.
Okay, shoot.
This is honestly the first time I think I've been in combat.
Control and security.
Yep.
You're trying to get 2 successes.
And
For your action, you can spend one of your actions instead of moving, aiming, I believe. I don't remember what aim
so
does.
you can use your maneuver to aim. Or charge. That's your...
Aim reduces the difficulty by 1.
There you go.
So aiming just makes it a 1 to hit.
Correct.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
All of our phases are set to stun.
Okay, there you go. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, we don't leave the ship on death phaser unless we know we're fighting Borg.
Yeah.
Good thing you did that, Dr. Doug. You got 1 that you hit. So now
And
you
then-
scroll down in your character sheet, you should see weapons, phaser type 1, and it should have a little Star Trek symbol with a 2 next to it.
Mine has a 4 next to it.
Can you change it to a 2, please?
Yep.
Or yeah, that's a type 3 is
And-
4, type
and-
2 is 3 dice.
And now you're gonna click on that symbol, and it should roll 4 dice for you, or 3, 4. Yeah.
There we go.
So it automatically adds your security. That's why it had a 4. The PDFs that we took these from originally does the math for you down below.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
This isn't. Phasers have versatile, right? So those are 2 additional momentum that you can spend to reroll.
Type
that
2
0.
has versatile. Type 1s do not.
Type 2. Oh, sorry, no. Only the big ones have versatile.
There you go. Even more.
The ship ones, I guess.
So
I thought all phasers had
you've
versatile.
used your
Weird.
maneuver to aim. So that's a hit. So you did 3 damage. Nice. And that's it. That's your turn. You're done.
Mhm.
You're done. But I am also done. So that means that it's Sofek's turn.
So the one that shot at us is still up, right? Well,
Yeah, Dr. Doug
Gurkhan's
just hit
grappling.
him. Dr. Doug hit the one that shot at you, and then Gurkhan is grappling the other one.
And there's another one. There's 3 altogether.
2 altogether.
Oh,
Two.
okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to aim at the one that Dr. Doug just shot and try and knock him out.
Yeah, you are.
The commander's fine. He's fine.
It's fine.
He's a Klingon.
He's
Yeah,
probably loves
he's
it.
wrestling someone on the ground. This
Fine,
is normal
he's fine.
Tuesdays for him.
fine. Okay.
Because every time I walk into engineering, he's on the ground wrestling with some engineer who
Wrestling.
who
God,
didn't
does
do anything.
Sofek
right.
actually say wrestling too, just to see how many people make a reaction? He's the most antagonistic Klingon, I think, or Vulcan that exists. Okay, so take your shot, please.
Oof.
Would you like to use your determination to re-roll those? Or are we just going to let it go and carry on?
Let's carry on.
Okay. Top of the round, it will be one of you guys.
I'm gonna continue fist fighting this one homie.
Yeah, do it.
I'm gonna use a momentum.
Okay.
I'm gonna aim my punch. No, I'm not. Gurkhan don't aim. Gurkhan just swing. That is 3 successes.
That is 3 successes. I'm going to have a hard time with this, but I'm going to give it a shot. You'll get me. That is definitely hit.
All right. Unarmed. Biff. 2, 3, 4, 5 KO'd.
He is knocked out. You drop him. Yep, he's out.
All right. And for my maneuver, I'm actually going to get up to the other guy.
You can get up.
Yeah.
You guys were both prone, and that would take your maneuver to get up.
I'm going to get up, and I'm going to stare down at the guy that's firing at my...
You're next.
Like, you watched me get flipped into a wall and still win a fight.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Last guy's going to take a shot.
Kirkhan did this entire fist fight with the phaser in his hand.
I'm spending one of my threat.
Are you firing at?
It is going to be firing at Dr. Doug.
Dr. Doug actually hit him with the phaser.
That's a hit, Dr. Doug. Oh, fuck it. As it rebounds on me. 4 damage, Dr. Doug. That is lethal damage. And now it is Dr. Doug's turn.
I'll shoot back. I'll aim again.
Okay.
Just in case.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah.
That's a miss. Sofek.
I am going to aim.
Yeah.
I'm going to remember to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to spend a momentum
Okay.
to charge the phaser rifle to intense.
All right. Nice.
All right. And since I aimed with the phaser rifle and it is accurate, so it lets me reroll any d20s instead of the normal aiming.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Still doesn't matter.
No,
No, it is.
You
because
aimed. It lowered the
right-
difficulty by 1.
No, it... Oh, yeah,
No.
yeah.
No,
It changes
accurate
it.
means I get to re-roll any d20s instead of lowering the difficulty by 1.
Yeah. So he has an accurate rifle.
You did one or the other. Okay.
Yep.
All right. It is not enough, but it's enough to make that guy kind of second question what he's doing. Sarah, can I please get a presence and con check from you?
Okay. Sure. I'm gonna use my determination.
You okay? Which one?
To re-roll that.
It's the value or the directives you're activating for that.
Yeah. Find the captain. This plan needs to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
It needs to work.
Yeah.
So I'm re-rolling that to 3 successes.
Much better. Much better. Hey, Sarah.
Yeah.
As you're kind of like feet kicked back, you see a weird sort of like ripple in the atmosphere up in the clouds near the algae.
Huh.
And you kind of get a closer
That shouldn't
look.
be here.
Yeah, for a brief second, you're wondering if maybe you just saw a cloaked ship enter the atmosphere.
And do I have comms on these guys?
Nope.
Well, I start scanning like anything I have.
So if you start scanning, they will know exactly where you are.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Get your camcorder and record it.
yeah. Okay. I mean, I keep looking. Like, what are my options here?
So you could try and
Start
program
hucking.
start
Hucking
throwing rocks at
Yeah.
it. So it's far away, but you could like make sure you kind of like double check the sensors to do like passive scans. That kind of like lets you receive telemetry, but you can't like actively look for anything. It'd be like closing your eyes.
Can I radar?
Yeah, well, no, because that pings something, right? But you could sit there and kind of like just accept that. How do I word this?
Also,
right?
if I don't have comms with these guys, how are they calling me?
Because
We have a timeline.
They have comms once they come out of that. Remember, they're
Oh,
in that
yeah.
zone.
Gotcha.
So the difference between active and passive is active would be like a sonar ping going out to look for a submarine.
Yeah.
Passive would be just listening to hear if you can hear waves crashing on something.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So,
the
yeah,
difference
I'll do
is
a passive
Okay.
scan.
So I'm going to get you to do a reason and science or reason and engineering. Unless you can come up with a reason why you would be able to use your con, which you know I'd let you do, but you gotta sell me on what Sarah can do.
I would like to use control if possible.
Okay.
Because she is meticulously programming and using some old techniques that she had while she was a fighter pilot.
Okay.
To passively try to find
A weakness
madness.
or an in or yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then what are you going to use for your discipline? Are you going to use science or engineering?
I use engineering.
Engineering. So
Yeah.
control and engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm down
Yeah.
for this. All right.
Okay. Rad.
Rat.
I
yeah.
only got one success.
That's okay. I mean, it's one less. So you are sure that it is a smaller cloaked ship. You were unsure, like more than that. So you don't know if it's like no way you could tell if it's Romulan, Klingon, someone else. Like there's no discernible imagery.
Okay, so if I can, then I'd like to see if I can program something to allow me to, like, an auto beam. So, like, I know I'm going to be beaming up 5 people if there's
Yeah.
and like stick it on like a timer so that if I need to, as soon as they like call me, I'm concentrating on the ship and not the beam.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay. Cool.
Control and engineering.
Spare fucking time on my hands.
Yeah. Give me a control and engineering. There's two momentum in the pool too, if you want to grab one.
All right. Yes, I will grab one of those, please. And that makes it 3 dice, right?
Yeah.
And then let's do that. So that's 4 successes.
Do you know what? I'm gonna let you do it, and I'm gonna give you 2 momentum back because you're here for this. You're a professional. Yeah. All right.
We're gonna have to get those boys out of there quick.
It is programmed so that you can stay focused on flying and stay kind of like targeted in on that ship that you're kind of like you lost track of it again after it entered the atmosphere. So you saw it kind of come through the mists is what it was, right? So you saw the swirls that anyone else would have like seen just like wind swirls, but you being you were able to pick on this. Okay, back down below. We got one dude left. You get the vibe that if you do not drop this guy this round, he is going to set off an alarm inside. And he hasn't done it yet because Tim actually forgot to. So it is one of your turns. So somebody take your turn, please.
I'm going to go.
Okay.
I'm going to walk up behind him, grab him by the left shoulder, turn him, and throw a right cross to the face.
Okay.
I am going to use... We have 3 momentum left, correct?
There are 3 momentum in the pool, yes.
I'm going to use 1 to add to this.
Okay.
Oh. 2 successes.
That's all you need. And I'm going to make my fitness and security back. Boom. Did I do it? I did it. So we kind of like...
You're going to use a determination to reroll that 1 failure?
You can't now that you've seen my roll. You have to do that before I challenge your roll, I think.
Pretty sure it's the same roll. Yeah, whatever. Either way, we tied, so that means nothing happens to us.
Correct. Okay, so I'm going to try and fight you off.
Okay. Going to use the momentum.
Okay.
On mine. Ooh, I failed.
No, you didn't. You used a momentum, so that's 2. Oh, no, that's right. You failed. Never mind. Tim, shutting up, Tim. Shut up, Tim.
Yeah.
Stop helping them, Tim.
That's when I would use a determination. His fist
Oops.
fight's a 1 damage.
Yep, no, that's the wrong one. Ignore that, please.
No damage.
No damage. But he is going to knock you down again.
Yeah. But he just trips me.
Yep. Okay. Sofek or Doug, who's going?
Take a shot.
Okay.
He's on the ground now. I can probably have a better.
I'm on the ground,
no,
so I'm out of the way.
Gurkhan's on the ground, but it just
Yeah,
means
that's
you
what I'm
can't
saying.
hit Gurkhan.
I didn't want to hit Gurkhan, so
Yeah.
he's laying on the ground. I can hit the guy.
Yeah, he's a Klingon. He'll shrug it off.
I mean, our phasers are non-fatal, so I can take it.
I'll do aim as well.
Mm-hmm. That's a
There
hit.
you go. And a momentum.
Sweet. Here we go.
1, 2, 3,
So
4.
would you like to burn that momentum that you gained from the success and do 1 more damage, giving it 5, making it a wound, an injury?
Sure. A stun injury.
Yeah, but that drops him is what was the reason that it's significant. Okay,
Yeah.
so he goes down. What's next?
Would be Selfec if it's initiative.
Sofek, do you want to get to the door and try and unlock it?
Yep.
Great.
Get there before some automatic locking mechanism triggers.
Yep. What attribute and discipline would you like to unlock the door? I'm going to suggest for disciplines, engineer or science or security. But you're smart enough, and it's Star Trek, so you could use something other than security to get through.
I'll use insight engineering.
Okay.
Two successes.
Yeah, so it's not a complex lock, and it does unlock. Door opens. Just as it opens, you see the Vulcan commander and his pregnant human wife standing in front of you, and then disappear into a golden beam of transporter. And just as the beam kind of lights up the room, you can see the captain and Luther in the back. Captain's mask has been removed. He is unconscious. Luther seems to be intact.
They're going up in the beam as well?
Nope.
Oh.
It looks like you interrupted things.
Dr. Doug, go get an eye on the captain. Ignore me.
Done.
Okay.
Yeah. Sofek, maintain security. I will look after Luther. And I try untying Luther.
Okay, so you guys get to it, saving Luther and the captain, and we are going to our intermission. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. Enjoy the music from Norse Foundry. It is free to listen to and free to stream. And if you want to pay me to listen to it, you're welcome to. But it's free. It's free to listen to and free to stream. And we'll be back in 10 minutes and see what happens next with the crew. See you then. Okay, and we're back. So we're back. You guys, we cut scene just as the five of you beam into the ship, into the shuttle, and you don't even have a chance to grab a seat before you feel the inertial dampeners kind of push you back up against the walls, and Sarah probably just passes on oh yeah, hang on, and then
Yeah. Buckle up, boys. I'm gonna go try to catch that ship.
What ship are you talking about?
And I'm gonna fly like low and fast, just kind of like weaving through stalagmites or stalactites, rock formations, keeping out of.
What ship are you talking about, Miss Sarah?
Well, big guy, there's a big cloak ship up there. It's taking off pretty quick. Just want to tag it before it disappears.
Okay.
Hold on.
Sofak, get on the sensors, please. Mr. Sofak, I gotta keep remembering.
So if you go to sensors, it will know that you know it's there.
If I walk over to the station, they'll know.
No, if you activate sensors, if you do a hard sweep. Anyways, I'll shut up. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm getting out of the second seat up front and vacating it for Sofak.
Okay. So Sarah, let's get a piloting roll, con, and you know what? I'm gonna go daring because you're trying to still keep it like low and fast. So you'd be low against the ground, trying to melt into the and not get seen.
Okay. Do we have momentum?
There is one momentum in the pool.
Okay, I'd like to burn that.
Okay.
Daring and con, momentum, 3 dice, and away we go. And I've got 2 successes.
Okay. So you're fairly certain they haven't seen you yet, but you're not setting anything up for like. It's going to take another pass to try and like get a good kind of like any kind of readings that you'll be able to like. Oh, that's that ship.
Okay.
Okay. Sofek. Insight engineering. You did something already. What are you doing there? What's the roll for? Or are you just playing?
That was
what?
him
No,
opening
that was
up
before.
the door.
Yeah, that was
Unlocking
before
the
break.
door.
Oh, well then I'll shut up. What are you doing at your new station?
I'm just waiting to find out from the commander and Sarah. Are we actively trying to look at this vessel, or I get a sense that Sarah's just still flying low to the ground as opposed to burning up after it. So
Gotcha.
I'm guessing we're wanting to not antagonize the unknown cloaked vessel in a shuttle.
Yeah, weird, right?
Yeah.
We'll shake our fists at you.
Con! All
Just
right.
open up the window and give me a phaser rifle.
Sarah, let's get one more roll then. Sounds like they're just waiting for you. There are no more momentum left.
So let's reduce that down to 2, and
There are momentum back in the pool. So you've got a momentum, Sarah. That 3 successes is what you needed. You've got 1 more. You're going to be able to get a ping. I will even let you burn that momentum instead of putting it in the pool if you would like to try and figure out what kind of ship the engines are putting out.
burn it to see what kind of ship it is?
Not totally what kind of ship it is, but at least where it's from.
Okay. I mean, sure, yeah, whatever information
All right.
we can get.
So you are reading Federation engines from a small craft. Think something kind of like maybe a Peregrine or a little bit bigger. Maybe an
Like a
attack
fighter
craft.
or like a bomber.
Yeah, something not like you're not, but it's that like that's kind of like the profile. So maybe like a runabout, that kind of size. But it is definitely Federation engines.
Yeah. It's one of ours, boys.
And the cloak is not something you would recognize from a Klingon or a Romulan. So you will be able to, if you see this ship again, you will be able to say, I know that ship readout.
Okay.
Unless they change, like you can change things like that. But it's they'd have to know that.
All right,
coming after
Gurkhan,
them.
I got a readout on this ship. You want me to keep pursuing, or should we go back to?
Record the vessel. Record the
Haida.
direction
Haida.
record the direction that it is currently traveling. Get us back to the Haida. We need to take care of the captain and Luther.
You got it.
Hot burn this one fast as you can.
Yes, sir. I'll just punch it.
I am going to just say, because I think you all kind of forgot, and I want to make sure that we're wording it properly. Sarah, you were not wearing an EV suit, right?
No.
Great. So I'm just going to, because we did kind of talk about it at the very start of tonight's session. The three of you beamed out of your EV suits into this shuttle, right? You didn't take the EV suits back into the shuttle, thereby contaminating the shuttle as well?
Well, the shuttle's contaminated with the captain already, so we'd stay in our EV suits, so we're not contaminated.
So Sarah's contaminated.
Sarah is, but what we'll do is keep her in the shuttle, not on board the Haida. We'll keep it with
How
her
about we put
5
Sarah?
kilometers.
How about we put Sarah in a suit then?
Sarah could also have a force shield.
Let's just put Sarah in a suit.
Okay.
Yeah,
we probably all would have been in suits if we're doing
Yeah.
a quarantine.
Especially since we came down with the intention of grabbing the captain and Luther.
Fair,
And I don't want yet another one of Leah's characters stuck off screen while we're trying to play the second half of the game. Beamer into outer space. Jesus, the fans love you, Leah.
Yeah. Is that TJ?
Chuckles.
So the idea is we're going to we're not going to dock the shuttle. We're going to get to within 5 kilometers of our ship.
Well, you could dock the shuttle, but you four will have to beam out of your suits into the ship, and then leave Captain and Luther here. Dr. Doug, give me a medicine check, please. So I'm going to get you to give me a control and an insight and medicine to try and figure out what's wrong with the captain.
Deuce.
Okay. So the captain is suffering from early onset of the virus. So he's got the standard sort of low fever that you have from most creatures when they get it. It'll follow its standard 30-hour process and then be just a carrier, nothing more. That said, he is definitely infected. He's also suffering from some phaser burns, low stun. And you can see residuals of a mind meld that probably went wrong. The only thing
residuals of a mind meld mean?
They always
fingerprints on his face.
Yeah, they always kind of talked about elevated biochem technobabble whenever a mind meld happens. So you're detecting that.
The brain's theta waves are elevated or something like that.
So what Luther can kind of mumble out through his kind of exhaustion and stupor is that it's he just responds the essentialists.
Like a rock band or
Klingon heavy metal.
Klingon heavy metal. Does so nerd question, do any of you know or remember the New Essentialists reference?
Gonna go with a nope.
Okay.
What series was it in?
Deep Space Nine.
Oh god.
Oh.
It's been a while since I watched it.
That's
I hear
okay.
someone typing.
Yeah.
Someone's googling. Someone's
Googling. That's okay.
It's not me. I definitely don't have a Star Trek wiki open all the time with you guys.
It's okay. Okay. So.
That wasn't that weird starship of all Vulcans that wanted to play Benjamin Sisko in baseball, was it?
No. That's amazing, but no. No. So they were the ones that Worf screwed around with on Risa.
Oh yeah. And they turn off the weather machine or whatever.
They broke the weather patterns things on. Yeah. Okay.
There's a war going on. No fun.
Yeah. Okay.
No fun allowed.
Yeah. So he says they're essentialists. That's what he gets out.
Okay.
Okay. You get back to the ship. The four of you beam out onto the bridge. What is next? What is the plan? What do you want to do from here? What do we know?
I got hit by 2 phaser fires, so I'm gonna go to med bay and get.
Yeah, I got
Build
beat up a
up.
lot.
I mean,
I'm gonna go
we could
to-
talk about this in the med bay if you want to. That is
We're gonna-
also
we're-
like
we're
you
all-
could beam
we're all
directly
going to
there
med
to
bay.
make sure you're cleared.
Yeah.
You boys look roughed up.
Yeah,
So
I got
what
beat up.
what do we know while you're getting fixed up there?
Someone tried to mind meld with the captain.
Yeah.
We saw the dead Vulcan and the pregnant lady,
Yeah,
and
who are not dead.
And
So
they're
they are
on-
real, actually.
they are real. They're alive, and they are on a Federation vessel that's cloaked.
Which also means
Probably.
a few things. There's lots, and I know this is like lots of tie-ins, but that's part of it. So, what are one of the most obvious things it means is that the minister or the administrator full on lied.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, I know, shocker, right? So that's the kind of like the most obvious. So
A Star Trek government official being
Yeah.
not truthful?
What about the? You said there was a yellow transporter that doesn't seem very Starfleet as a transport, sort of. The look of the transporter.
yeah,
And it made it through the shields too.
So is there like a transporter chief that we can maybe go up to and say like this is what the transporter beam looked like, and he could give us like, oh, it's definitely, I don't know, the Ferengi's transporter or something like that.
yeah, sure. Or Gurkhan could research what he knows or work with
Yeah.
his team.
Yeah.
Or Sofek could work with Gallic.
Yeah, Gurkhan's beat up. I had to burn a determination to not die that fight. I took 6 damage.
Well, why don't we
So-
get Gullick to make a check
Yeah.
then?
Well, right at this point with Gurkhan and Medbay Sofek's in charge.
Great. Beagle is sitting on the bridge. No, me. It's all me.
All right, yeah.
Hey, you ready, Stefan, to have a conversation with yourself with both your characters?
God, yeah, my
No,
throat
no,
my
I
throat
hate
can't
that.
do that.
So I think let's do a reason and engineering. I think that's a good one for Gulak. Reason engineering.
Let me pull up his
Tellarite engineer.
his sheet. Where is it? There he is.
And I would imagine that it's kind of like a. I would imagine that it's kind of like a mixture of people kind of crowding around the one of the consoles on the bridge, and kind of like typing in the parameters to try and find the different beams.
Well, I just imagine like Sofek just like went to the side panel in Medbay, typed up a bunch of things, and then meanwhile Gallick's just like kicking back in engineering, and then here's like an alert notification sound. Incoming IT request.
That is a ticket.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that happens. Okay. So Gulak, sorry, Sofek. You're able to kind of like reason out that. I mean, based on what the three of you saw, you think it might be an older style Federation transport.
So we know there were Federation engines. Do we know how are they older? Were they older Federation engines? Do the scans kind of tell us anything about that from like the emissions that are coming off of them?
Yeah. But the cloak definitely wasn't.
No.
Shoot, I would have asked Sarah when she got back onto the bridge to track that vessel.
As soon as it left the atmosphere, you were no longer able to track it.
Okay. Well,
that's why she did. That's why she did what she did in the atmosphere.
Yeah, just basically, or like keep an eye on if it shows up again or something.
Yeah. What else?
Also, it's most likely or quite possibly a civilian vessel. Considering, I mean, you said Starfleet engines, or you said Federation engines, not Starfleet engines, and that would civilian vessel would kind of make sense why it's older transporter tech.
Oh, sorry. So for Tim, no, don't Starfleet. Don't read into that. Yeah.
Starfleet, and the other thing we gotta really, that worries me is they transported through a shield.
So that I mean, keep in mind if you know the shield frequency, you can do that, right?
So the station's got corrupt people.
Well, you know that the person running the station lied to you straight up that they weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the ones, like, you know, you guys don't know this because the captain hasn't told you because he's unconscious, but she's the one that knocked the captain out.
All right, can we get Luther to a state of being cognizant enough to start telling us what happened?
Sure. The only thing he knows for sure is that they were there. The captain and they had an argument about, you know, the what are you doing? How are you doing things? Why are you doing things? And essentially he got to the point where he was able to kind of like get them to kind of like betray who they were. But then the firefight happened outside, and then before you guys were going to be able to get in, they beamed out. He doesn't know if they were going to just kill them and leave them here, or if they're going to take them with them. He's not sure of their overall plans with the two of them. Luther thinks that it was like, oh crap, things went wrong. We gotta just get these guys, find out what they know, and then either get rid of them or figure out a way to leverage them. But then you guys broke in, and that's when he lost consciousness.
What did we do with the two guys we knocked out? Are they just down in that cave?
Yeah.
No, that's what we're planning. We should have brought them back for interrogation or something.
Well, you would have had to carry 4 people instead of 2 then.
And there were only 3 of us.
Yeah, so I imagine Gurkhan was probably carrying 1 person, then you and Sofek.
Gurkhan was shot a couple times.
Yeah. It would have been a hard run back.
We were almost carrying like what, an 80-year-old Klingon?
Yeah.
What about those 2 pods? Do we still have them on sensors? Because we never ended up.
Yeah.
We never ended up going and grabbing those because as we were about to, then the captain got attacked.
Yeah, you want to go take a look at those?
Yeah, I think while Gurkhan's getting patched up, I'll run it by him. Commander.
Well, let's kind of fast track past the injuries so that you guys can like get this stuff done.
All right, so we're all back on the bridge then.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have Dr. Doug on the bridge. I'd have him looking after the captain and Luther on the shuttle.
You got to leave. Either Doug is on the shuttle with them, or they're doing it on their own. I think because Luther's there, he could probably do it for Dr. Doug.
Doug's going to be on comms with them, talking them through it.
Well, I mean, like when the captain wakes up, then he can be on comms with you guys. But for now, let's leave them.
Like if Luther's like, what do I do? His finger's twisted this way. Yeah. Grab this thing from the kit, put this thing on.
I mean, any of the nurses can help him too.
Just twist it the other way.
Yeah.
All right, let's get Dr. Doug on the bridge with us too then.
Yeah, so the 4 of you are up there. Beagle is both sad and happy that you're all back. Only sad because that means he has to get let go. That said, let's take a look at the pods, yeah? Or do you want to contact the station administrator? Pods
We
first?
know that the station administrator is corrupt. We are going to go for the pods. Sarah, set a course for those pods that we saw earlier.
You got it.
As you get to the space, Sarah, you've noticed that the pods have moved. They're closer to the asteroid field now.
Oh, that's interesting. Hey, big guy, those pods have moved. They're going towards the
Asteroid
Asteroid field?
belt.
Asteroid belt.
Shall we see if someone's tugging on the other side? Eagle, lock tractor beams onto both of them, please.
You'd have to get closer, but Beagle can do that for you, no problem.
Sarah, get us within range.
You got it.
All right,
Skwxwu, keep an eye out for anything unusual in the area.
Sarah, let's get a control and con roll, please, for the ship. And you're not at the asteroid belt. Okay, so I'm gonna set it at 0, which means no, that's okay. Means you got like 2 momentum in the pool. That's what I was trying to do, is generate pool momentum for you. And it's just another reminder that if you guys like want to start generating momentum, you can risk a roll. Keep that in mind, right? And we all play enough for me to trust you to like not abuse that power. Yeah, for the most part. If it's that bad, I'll just say no if I need something to happen. Okay. Sarah, you get close enough. It's getting close to that asteroid that you left from the very first when this is all started. Their mass has changed.
Mass of the pods?
One of the pods is heavier.
Hey, Skwxwu, I'm just gonna throw some data back at you. Do you see this? Are they heavier? Am I taking crazy pills?
It would appear that the density of one of the pods has increased.
Yeah.
However, the collection system would have been on the vessel. The pods are just mainly a repository for the collected samples.
Gurkhan, there's one of those stand-up moments in Star Trek where he stands out of his chair and looks at the view screen. Mr. Skwxwu, scan the interior of that pod. Is it large enough to hold a small vessel?
I also did bring some crazy pills with me, so if you guys need it.
So yeah, how would this pod be large enough to hold a ship?
Like a runabout? No, it's too small. But it could have mist in it. That would account for the...
Because these are, from what I remember, these are like the same size essentially as the nacelles of the vessel that they were attached to, right?
Yeah, give or take. Yeah,
And
they're think like a birth class, like they're capture pods, right?
Okay.
So Sarah 100% has a red lollipop from her time in medbay.
Yes.
Nice. Good reference.
Skwxwu, give me a deep scan. Beagle, tractor beam them both.
Okay. So the pods, one is empty, one holds the mist from the planet. It is just filled to the brim with high concentration of the virus.
Try to get away from the asteroid field. Sarah, bring us closer to the planet, please.
Sure thing.
Skwxwu,
We're gonna drag these things with us.
Skwxwu, give me a sensors check, please. So let's go. What, control and science? Is that what you do for your sensors?
Reason science.
Let's do it, please.
Ship supporting?
Yeah.
All right, rolls. Jeez, but yeah, no determination.
Okay.
You're using the computers, aren't you?
Yes, he is. Okay.
What's my? Yeah,
Do you still have that skill?
Yeah. What? Hold on. What does that skill do? Skill does a thing.
Skill does a thing.
It does a thing. No, not
So
that.
you can activate one of your values to just re-roll your dice if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Oh yeah, what's this new thing I had?
I don't know. What is your new thing you had?
That's a good question because it's not in.
We do have
Here.
improved sensors on the ship, so it reduces the difficulty by 1 anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to use determination to remove the variables.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do you want to use a
re-roll.
momentum?
Well, right now I'm just using this to re-roll the 2.
Yeah. Do you want to
The
use
2
a
dice.
momentum?
I don't think I
you
can.
at this point.
Yeah,
you're
no,
you're in mid-roll, right? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
There we go.
That's better.
That's more Sofek. Okay, so you don't generate any new momentum. Oh, wait, you do, because you made it the improved sensors. So you've got 1 momentum extra. The asteroid, that really large asteroid, its mass has changed. It is lighter. Or less dense. I don't remember the wording properly.
Wait, hold on. Back up. The asteroid is lighter now?
Yeah, the asteroid has less mass than it did the first time you
Base.
scanned it.
Secret base. Calling it.
Did you relay this?
Yeah, I think before I relay it, does the decrease of mass on the asteroid match the increase on the pod?
No, the decrease in the mass in the asteroid is greater than the mass in the pod.
Is the amount it decreased by about the equivalent of, say, a small roundabout-sized vessel?
No, it's greater than that as well.
Well, that's also disconcerting. Commander, the asteroid's mass readings have decreased significantly since our last check of it.
Give me a deep core scan. Give me everything on that asteroid. Fire as many probes as you can at it. Tell me what every single molecule of that thing is made up of.
Such
Blow
a
it up.
Klingon response.
Right?
No,
Blow it
Klingon
up with
response.
science.
Klingon response would be
science.
Klingon
My other
response
one
would be
was
a
blow it
full
up.
spread. Yeah.
My other response is fire a full spread at everything in space right here. Blow up both these pods. Blow up that asteroid.
Well, just
Sarah
for the-
chokes on her lollipop as Gurkhan just like, blow it up with science.
we'll just do in the logs that scan it for life signs. Oh, it's negative. Well, torpedo needs calibrating. Let's use it for target practice. There we go. We have record of plausibility.
It's up to
plausible
Sofek.
deniability.
I did ask for a deep core scan. There's nothing deeper than atomizing it and scanning all the atoms.
True. Okay, so you did have a probe here from last time. You left it here, actually. You didn't recall it. So you could navigate that thing closer and take another look if you want.
Yeah, see that. Who recalls probes?
I mean, yeah. Give me a reason and engineering, please.
Alpha and Beta Quadrant is littered with probes that have just been left behind over the hundreds of years of Starfleet.
Hey, man, we started with V'ger. Why stop now?
Can Gurkhan support that one?
Yeah.
How many momentum do we have?
2.
I'm gonna use 1.
Actually,
rolls
you
are
still have
garbage.
2. You had 3. You didn't use 1. So.
I support. For
Okay. All right. So you maneuver the probe in. You're going to get your momentum back, so you're going to be able to gain information if you would like to gather information. So you're moving your probe back in towards the asteroid, and as the probe... So the last time you launched this probe, it was looking for the ship. It wasn't looking at the asteroid. Now that you're taking a closer look at the asteroid, you're finding a whole bunch of pits and pockets inside of it that look natural, because they are. They're just natural holes and crevasses into the asteroid. But the further you move the probe in, it's just like that planet below, where you find things suddenly start to be built into it. And then you find not an atmosphere, but a definite containment system. And you realize that most of the asteroid is hollow, but Rather than built to be hollow, which would look fake, it's using its naturalness for itself. And you find residue mist inside.
Does there appear to be anything else inside, or is it like basically just a huge
giant
shell?
holding tank? Yeah.
Okay. No sign of any electronics or equipment that we could pull.
No,
data
but
off
lots of insulators that would have just made it look like natural rock from the outside, unless you'd done exactly what you did or knew what you were looking for.
So I guess.
When you
Commander,
launched
it
that
could-
first probe, I was so scared. I was so very cautious about everything I said because I'm like, I cannot let them figure this out.
Commander, it appears that possibly
You're
the
muted, Leah.
tank. The tanks were being used to ferry the mist to this asteroid, at which point a larger vessel would come and collect the large amount. The only question is where the larger vessel has been taking the mist and to what end.
So at that point, Dr. Doug, you happen to know that there is part of the reason why this virus has been so problematic for the Federation is that it's not following standard routes. It's not going to a planet and spreading out. It's hitting different parts of the Federation at weird times. As if somebody might be planting it.
Oh, I see.
Bioweapon.
Yeah.
So, Fag, is there any life signs on that asteroid?
Mm-mm.
Beagle, target it. I want a full spread.
So Beagle just like, red button!
So, Fag, I need you to scan. How many probes do we have available that we can scan this entire asteroid belt? Find as many of these holding tanks out here as possible.
Sarah,
There
you
might be
look
more than
really
just this
concerned.
one.
Hey, big guy. I know it's not super my place, but we couldn't see the life signs down where the captain was held either. There might be people on that. We don't know.
Oh, sorry. So, Sarah, while that is very accurate, you've got a probe actually inside of it.
Yeah.
So it was like being inside the underground part. There are no life signs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Awesome, but no.
Cool.
No, yeah. I thought you were
Then,
gonna
yeah,
make a, I thought you were
do
gonna make
your
a
thing.
Varia joke, like Varia just suddenly feels the force. Somebody pressed the red button.
Beagle
fair.
is too close to bit, but
Yes.
So,
it's no
Fag,
good.
I need you to launch as many probes as you can so we can get an accurate net of this asteroid belt. Inform any other vessels in the area, just in case.
Oh, I see.
Automate the process.
No, just this one. It's just this
Okay.
one. Yeah.
And then keep a Beagle, keep these. Oh, you're firing, Beagle, but we're going to tractor beam these things back towards the planet.
As you're saying that, Beagle's like, got it. And he just kind of like raises his fist and slams it down in a very... I can't help myself. I know it's kind of breaking things up, but it's got to be probably the most Pixar moment that Beagle's ever had. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
They don't go just straight. They go into an arc because Beagle programmed it that way.
Everything just
Can
looks... Yeah, please.
Can I? So he does that, and then it's like a thing flashes on the screen and it goes, "No, Beagle." Like he's been programmed out, and Gurgon has to put in his like commander code, and then you can do it.
Beagle.
Yeah, he has a
1-1.
copy for your parental control.
Yeah.
That's a cover. That is 100% what happens. All right, so the asteroid lights up like a Christmas tree. What now?
We're going to take these pods back towards
The planet?
the planet.
Okay.
We need to find that little vessel. We need to figure out who's been coming in and who's been coming out. And I think it's time that we start relaying all this back to Admiral Shrev.
Mhm.
Make sure he knows, because I can trust him. I don't know about anybody else I can trust because the administration's all wonky.
So
we're running
just-
out of processing
Sarah looks
power.
concerned.
yeah, just give me one
I'm not saying
second,
that to
Gurkhan.
anybody.
Oh, okay.
So this is, I need the three of you, Leah, Stefan, and Gopal. I need you to turn off your ears for a sec. Your characters don't hear any of this. Don't actually take your headsets off. We don't have enough time. But Dr. Doug, you get an alert on your station.
Great.
It is the most updated information from Starfleet Medical. It's already dated 3 days ago. Starbase 321, they've lost contact with. That's the starbase that you guys are operated out of, along with Starbase 87, and the literal subspace network is starting to break down. The command chain of the Federation is starting to break down because of the amount of infections that have happened. There's discussions of a riot on 321, and I'm giving you this because Gurkhan is likely not going to get a message back when he sends a message out, or it's going to take a long time. I'll let you decide how much you want to share. You are starting to hit that kind of like emergency level of like you're not supposed to say things, but at this point, knowing things is probably better than not. And then we'll carry on from there. So back to the kind of like, do you have a question you want to ask first?
Yeah, really quick. 321 is the one that we're currently at right now.
No, 321 is your main base that sort of services all of the
okay.
Narendra state. It's Narendra Station, and it services the entire Shackleton Expanse. It's one of the furthest
Gotcha.
out star bases. In our intro sequence, that's the one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Essentially, you guys are cut off from the Federation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are we the only? Would I know if we're the only starship in the area?
There's a few other ships maintaining this blockade. They're all in the same kind of position you're in. You guys had command of the blockade, which means you are in command of this small fleet of 3 or 4 ships.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would tell them that.
Are you going to do it on the
Sure.
bridge, or are you going to pull them aside? You could pull them aside into like the captain's ready room. You
Yeah,
know,
I was
like
gonna say take them into the ready room or the conference room or something.
And do you tell them everything I just told you, or do you want to rephrase some of it?
No, I think since we know where it's kind of coming from now, there's no reason to like hold any information back.
Okay. We'll say that captain's on the screen. You could pull him up on the ready room screen, or on the ready room screen.
Your con would be like, at this point, is there any reason to continue the blockade?
Well, ships still can't leave.
It's spread quite aggressively.
It is, but
Are we more helpful elsewhere? And this is basically him just talking out loud with Dr. Doug and the captain.
Yep.
I mean, are we considering this like location 0? Like this is where it's coming from, it's where it's spreading from?
Yes, and I personally believe that this is where this disease is becoming weaponized against the Federation.
I would say that is probably more accurate. It's probably less that this is where it's coming from, and more like this is the perfect place to create more of it.
Because the atmosphere has the algae, which will spread through an atmosphere very quickly.
So if anything, we should blockade this place more.
Harder, yes. We cannot get any more information from the Federation, I'm assuming.
Well, you can try, but it's going to be like a while before you get message back.
And I revealed to Dr. Doug and the captain that we're really harsh on supplies for this vessel right now. We're not necessarily running on fumes, but if we take a serious amount of damage, I will not be able to fully repair it.
Yeah, as things break, it's going to be
longer and longer to fix.
That's
harder
right.
to fix. We need to figure out who's taking this disease. They said there were elementalists? No. Essentialists.
Can we call the 3 or 4 other ships and get them around this in this, like, can they help with the blockade here specifically?
With all the ships that we have here, the minimum required to have an effective blockade, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
We need to maintain a presence in the sector as well as figuring out how to prevent anybody from coming into the sector.
Well,
it's more like keeping somebody from getting out of the sector because we want that cloaked ship not to leave.
Mm-hmm.
it might already be gone, but the thing to kind of like really reiterate is you guys have kind of canceled the way they can do it subterfugely. Subterfugely? Subtly, thank you. So essentially, you removed their exit point, right? No one had broken the blockade. They were getting to that's you guys caught that one ship almost by accident, right? That started this all. If you hadn't seen them go to the asteroid belt and come back, you never would have noticed that they weren't leaving with that ship. They were going back and forth. And then another ship was coming in from the asteroid belt, picking things up and taking off.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one I'm worried about. I'm not worried about I guess the cloak ship is less.
But there's no more
now that the asteroid's gone.
Yeah, but there's no more. Midway point either, right? So they have to come all the way into the system, which
we blew up their smugglers'
starships. Yeah. Probably not the wisest decision.
Which is better now. So if we get other ships here, then maybe we can sort of.
But we can't. We can't guarantee a message now. But is there any reason for us to hold on to these pods?
I mean, you could destroy them if you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We gotta destroy every sort of means of getting them off the planet.
What are you thinking, Doug?
I'm just thinking, if they're just standard Federation pods or whatever, I guess there's no reason to keep them around. But
oh no, I have an idea of why to keep them around. Let's destroy one of them. Let's put the other one adrift. Put as many sensors on the inside of it as we can, and scan whatever vessel comes to touch it. Make it a boot. Make it a trap to figure out who's coming in, who's coming out.
Okay.
And can we make it look like we just lost one of them by having the tractor beam fail when we release the one? That way our ship looks like it's more damaged than it is.
You think somebody's actually physically watching us?
I mean, they know our captain. They've mind melded him, as you said. They don't. Who can prepare for Gurkhan?
That's an existential question. I don't know.
Number two, if they put this much work and time to hollow out an asteroid and turn it into like a smuggler's base, they are going to want what's on the one that's full.
Before we blew the crap out of it,
come into my ready room.
What's that?
I'm calling Selfec into the ready room.
You're all in the ready room. You're all there. All four of you were there.
Okay.
Before we blew the crap out of it, did we know if there was like a beacon on that asteroid that was like that ships coming in to collect from it knew where it was, sort of thing?
No, but if you have a map or something, you can probably find it too, right?
Yeah, it was tagged.
Yeah,
it was mapped. They knew where it was. Yeah.
So,
instead of blowing up one of the pods, could we leave the one that has the mist alone, and then the one that is empty, fill it with either sensors or some sort of tachyon EMP device to disable any vessel?
That's kind of cool too. But at this point, you guys could easily like if you want to do like.
We just put Beagle in a suit in the inside. Have him phaser anybody that comes within 5 feet.
He's just floating there. I'm so important. No, so you could do things like technobabble isotopes, right? Like you could tag this stuff and let it be picked up and then track it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if we can do that now with the human body, there's no reason why you can't do that. Like, that's what CAT scans do, right? So,
is anybody other than the cloak ship going to be able to even connect those pods to it, or those pods?
Well, no, it's not.
Anyone could take those pods.
Yeah, they can just track
the cloak ship
like we
was
are.
Something else.
It's
like an Estra sort of like.
The ship that had the pods attached to it, we blew up in the beginning of the last episode. So that ship doesn't exist, but anybody can transport the gas out.
Yes.
If they want to. Selfec, take Gallic, get on that, get as many sensors as you can on there. I do possibly want to have radiotropic isotopes mixed in with the gas, so that hopefully, if the cloak vessel picks it up, it'll light up like a Christmas tree when you scan for those specific isotopes.
So the
set a little booby trap.
the station's beagle kind of like, sirs?
Beagle, yes, go.
The station is hailing you.
Does everybody have their plan right now? Yes? Yes?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Beagle, relay the message to my ready room.
Okay.
Or to Xani's ready room.
Yeah, Xani's like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Then I go behind the desk. And I turn the
I imagine
computer screen,
Xani's just sitting in
flip
his
it up.
chair like he better not sit down.
He's still
better
on the
not
screen to the
ruin
left.
Yeah.
He's watching me.
He's gonna adjust the chair, and I'm gonna have to put it back to how it was.
Flip the
So
screen,
it's the
wipe it.
administrator. You're too late.
Oh, too late for what?
You can't
Record.
You can't stop what's already been started.
Oh, I mean,
It was proven through the Dominion War that the Federation doesn't have what it takes anymore to expand and be what it needs to be to survive.
I make sure to rub my ridges on my forehead. Like, oh, proven during the Dominion War that what? The Dominion War that the Dominion lost?
It's weak. We've
The Dominion War that the Federation won?
Why
Oh.
did they win? They won because of some fluke, some trick.
I mean, tricks are used in every form of warfare in game.
Probably we don't know like the real reason. Maybe the captain would know the real reason why the Federation won, but to the general population, it just ended.
Yeah.
So the administrator just says, and there's a weird vibe coming off of them. They're too calm. Even Sarah's like, ugh. Like it's that
Well, Sarah wouldn't know
uncomfortable.
it because I'm in the ready room.
Oh, okay. You've seen Sarah's calm, and Sarah's calm because she's confident. This one's calm because something weird. There's a weird vibe. You can't stop what's been started. You can try. Nah, won't matter.
I mean, if you can't stop it, you know I will get revenge for it.
I mean, if we had done that, maybe the Federation would have had a chance. But as it is, it's weak. It's become decadent. It's become simple, and everyone relies on things that they don't need to rely on. Like look at all the planets. They've been re-terraformed so that they all do the same thing instead of focusing on the diversity of the Federation. And it's going to be the downfall of all of them. I won't be here to see it, though.
You're
So it doesn't
complaining
matter.
about the lack of diversity to a ship whose command crew includes a Vulcan, a Klingon, and a Beta Z, and a human. Excuse me, but diversity comes from the individual, not the planet that they come from.
True. It's funny that you mentioned those species. They're the ones that started this all. And then she reaches out with her hand, and then before anything else, just kind of slams it down on a control, and the transmission cuts.
Like, interesting.
And then a
Computer, save that transmission.
brief second later, you feel a rumble. Sarah, there's been an explosion on the planet side.
Oh boy.
I shake in my chair and I start running towards the bridge, I guess.
Kirk on the bridge?
The door opens and I'm like, on screen.
So from orbit, you see the planet, and where the colony or where the outpost was, you now see a plume coming out from the planet side, an explosion plume. Sofek, they disengaged their safety routes on the reactor.
So Sofek scan, is there any possibility of a survivor?
Unlikely. That with that small of a research station, the reactor explosion would have taken out everything.
Cowards killing civilians to keep their secrets. Honorless Tach. And he sits in his chair, in the command chair, and he's like, I need a conference with all the ships that are remaining in orbit on screen.
We're gonna let that happen off screen though, because we're at time. Sorry for being so evil, everyone.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not, but okay. That's it. Thanks for playing, gang. Sorry it was a little bit of a putting everyone into weird spots that they're not used to being in. Sarah, good flying. Gurkhan, good commanding. We'll be back in 2 weeks with the other ship, who are currently on their way to Vulcan. And to try and figure out a clue that they have. And we'll be back in a month with probably the conclusion, if not one more. I think we got 3 more altogether. But yeah, I'm the GM Tim. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and that's it. Live long and prosper, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh.